Switched is a series of short lifestyle interviews that matter to the Switch community. And now, welcome to our guest.
Hi, I'm Sandy, and I have a business called Sandy's Numerology. It is a system that I developed off the base of traditional numerology and bringing it into the 21st century in the sense that traditional numerology generalizes with people, where mine is very person specific. Numerology is based on your born names that sit on your birth certificate, your original birth certificate. If you've had any name changes along the way, that is looked at, but what is more significant is what is on your birth certificate. And each letter in your name will define a time in your life, and it will then confirm and add energy to your day, month, and year that you're born in. In my system, which I developed nearly 28, 29, nearly 30 years ago, I found some hidden aspects that I developed which is unseen by any other numeric system. So in your date of birth, your day is how you wake up your day. Your month is where you will get the flavors of similarities to other people. But because your name identifies you individually, putting the two together will actually make you have your own DNA. It will really define in your day, month, and year. You have a personal and a public year, which you travel in 9-year cycles, and that will tell you what is going on in your year. When you have too many of a number, for example, in a year, then there is a heavier impact. When you only have, or let's say you don't have one of the numbers, you will still experience the number, but the impact is not as high. It's for everybody. As long as you have a registered name and date of birth, it also applies to countries, companies, political parties. As long as it's an official entity, you can see exactly what is going on. Well, it's all ages, all races, all religions, and my youngest client was 9 years old, and my oldest client was 90. So it is up to you in the sense that you have got something going on in your life that you want an outside guidance on, and don't want to be emotionally influenced by people around you. May this be to deal with your career, your money, your relationships. It can be about your health. It can be about your study, buying a house, buying a car, wanting to relocate, buy a house. So it is so broad. As long as I have a name, full-born names, or a name of a company, a country, or political party, you can actually see exactly what is going on. So I do readings for absolutely everybody. Well, I kind of give you a heads up of what is coming and what is opportune, so that you can see when the energy of the year that I'm talking about, things pop up and you can go, that's what Sandy said. And you're more riding the horse than the horse is riding you, and there's no surprises. I don't take away your power and your decision-making power and your choices, but I kind of give you the binoculars to see a little bit into the future and a broader picture. It is about your personal growth, because it'll help you to be on point with what needs to be done or to prepare for what needs to be done. So if you're wanting to start a business, I will tell you what is a good time and what isn't a good time and give you the time to prepare. So on a personal growth level, it really defines your first 9 years, your teens, your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, all the way to some people who are able to kind of live past 100. And it definitely helps. It gives you incredibly good guidance. For example, if there is a student, no matter what age, you can see what kind of education is suitable, whether it's a boarding school or whether it's homeschooling, online schooling, or governmental. And you can see exactly what kind of subjects they are going to be brilliant at. You can also see whether a student is going to do courses for courses versus a 5 to 8 year stint at university. You can see whether somebody is a person who needs to do practical at the same time. There's a lot of people who will study for 5 years and then go and do the practical. So forward planning is important because there's a lot of parents who really kind of want their children to go to university, but they get a bit pushed into what it is that they should be studying because one picks an area where it might be a little bit more monetized. And yet, looking back with many of my clients, that when you reach a particular age in your early part of your 40s, many of my clients have gone from being a farmer to being a doctor or vice versa. So it's important that you help a student or help the parent to guide the child, that they pick the subjects for their high school and for their university or college, or just doing courses for courses, so that they can get a feel and be more in tune with who they are and be able to start what they should be doing from the beginning and not get them to do it from the age of 42 onwards. I made some predictions for not only South Africa in January 2020, but also for global, that there's many industries, including education, that as we know it, it's over. And then, of course, COVID came along and really bounced on what I'd said, that the online learning is becoming so big, and the old way of educating is going to start diminishing rapidly over the next 5, 10, or 12 years. And students will be able to study online and study any course that they want that might even be offered by foreign countries, and they will be able to be certified from a global perspective. I do feel that there are many students, as I said, who are the practical kind of students. So we still need to have that venue where a child is going to have the practical learning. I think the early learning and the first 9 years is probably most important, to have tactile, practical, hands-on. But there's so many other services that are become so big in how to assist and guide a student, where they might be dyslexic, for example, have an attention span, be a little bit hyperactive and disruptive. And when you see all of those things, it's seen in the numbers, and it's seen very, very clearly. And most parents will put children onto various drugs to kind of get them to focus or whatever. But what if that is actually in their personality, and that you rather choose things that are going to make that child grow and grow rapidly? So the future of education is rapidly changing. And I think the lesson from COVID is that many, and I say this respectfully, that many teachers have become a stuck record and make the child the problem, where the teacher is actually not teaching with the energy of that first couple of years that they became a teacher. And the same thing then is for the parent, to be listening more to their children and hearing them versus believing in the teacher or the school system. So, future of education, going to school in school uniforms, it's not going to be around for much longer. So we need to prepare. So from Sandy's numerology, the guidance that I can give from subjects to choose through to starting a business or choosing your university subjects, it's all clear. It's all in your numbers, in your name, your full-born name, and your date of birth, and the cycles that you travel through in life.